Hey guys, this is a camera stream, but I am having some technical difficulties, so just bear with me for a second while I get everything up and running. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hello, Kimberly Sanchez. How are you? Naija, hello. All right, so give me a second here while I get my bearings straight. I'm back in the office today, so I'm having some issues trying to get everything set back up. Make sure if you guys are wanting a free yes or no, you are posting the correct emoji or keyword in the chat, or you run the risk of your question being overlooked. If you don't know what the keyword is or you don't know what the emoji is, all you have to do is read the description to get that information. There's a section in there about free list questions. Beauty is here. Beauty, hopefully you got the notification. All right, so let me get my camera set up. Just all right, I'm here. Okay, so also just really quickly, just so you guys know, I am doing a giveaway. It's a free 20-minute private live reading. So, like, it'll be private, but you'll be able to talk to me in real time. You can ask as many questions as you want during that 20 minutes. All you have to do is place a private order with me between now and Sunday night. All of the information is in the description in this as well. Each reading ordered equals one entry. You can only qualify if you order a private reading with me. You'll be entered to win another free 20-minute. If you want to know pricing or you're interested in this, send me an email so I can send you that pricing information. Also, for tonight, we're doing something new. We're doing love and relationship spreads. I have not done that before, so I'm interested to see how it goes. Usually, I'm a freestyle type of reader, so I just kind of go with the flow. I read it how it feels right intuitively. But I figured let's put a little bit of a spin on it. Let's see how the spreads go. I think it would be fun. So I have a 6-card relationship spread and a 9-card relationship spread. I'm also doing $3 for past, present, or future. All that pricing information is also in the description. Okay. Let's go ahead and start the clock. Should I change my FF lineup for this week? I would say yes. I can see that you're juggling with this. Maybe you feel like me. I mean, my thing is I'm getting a lot of it sounds good. Like your lineup that you've got feels good to me for the most part, but there could be some things going on behind the scenes that you're unaware of that might, if you did know this information, set you up better. So I would just say if you're feeling intuitive, like urges or whatever to change a certain thing, then I would, a certain element. But I'm getting generally things look pretty good here. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, Mo. Okay, so is A only intention just okay? Yes or no for peach, please. That's not the only intention, no. There's other things, but that's one of them. I am getting a yes, roses. I feel like I feel like he might, Beauty, because he does have trouble letting you go, but I feel like I am getting the sense that he thinks you guys are just better off leaving things as they are and moving forward, moving on with your life. So I feel like you guys are both running out of steam when it comes to this connection. So I don't feel like he's fully given up, but I think, yeah, he probably is just going to try to move on. I am getting a yes for you, Kimberly. He doesn't show it very well, but I am getting a yes. I think it's going to be in your best interest, Nyasha, to go ahead and do that. So I am getting a yes. Nyasha donated, let me write that down, for a mini. I am juggling Mo. I just saw that. That's funny. Becca is here. I am getting a no, Becca. You are more than welcome to initiate contact. I think it would be well received. You're going through a transitory period, Bella Luna. I am getting that you are going to improve, yes. Becca says, for the love spread, are you pulling love oracle cards? My plan was just to do tarot for tonight. I hadn't really thought that far into it. I was planning on just doing a 6-card spread and a 9-card spread that I have here. I am getting a no right now, Shooting Star. You're welcome, Peach. Sigma donated. Sigma, what did you donate for? You're welcome, Roses. You're welcome, Peach. Becca says I'm not initiating. That's fine too, Becca. But like, you wanted to know if he should be the only one doing it, and I am getting a no. BB, I think that this is possible. I feel like they may know or have a sense that you are spending time with someone else. So this could be some thoughts that's going on in their mind. You guys are cracking me up with these sports questions. I am getting a no, Risa. You're welcome, Bella Luna. Becca said she's gonna donate. Let me write that down. Vetus donated channeled messages. I also wanted to throw out there, guys, I am doing a giveaway. It started 20 minutes ago and it goes through till Sunday. It's a free 20-minute reading. You'll be entered to win. Make sure that you read the description if you're interested in this. If you plan to get a private reading with me or you've always wanted to, now is a good time to do it because you might get the chance to win another free reading with me. This is a $45 value that I am giving away for free. So just take a look at that. If you have any questions about pricing information or what your options are in regards to a private reading, you can always email me, lunaaffinity@yahoo.com. Vetus did channeled messages. You're welcome, Nyasia. So Sigma wants the 10 cards. Gotcha. Just so you guys know, the 6-card relationship spread, it will tell you how you feel about the relationship, how your partner feels towards you, what brings you together, the strengths in your relationship, the weaknesses in your relationship, and how you can improve it. The 6-card spread is a great way to do an energy check-in because it's going to give you a lot of perspective of maybe what's going on in the inner workings of your connection. The 9-card spread will be how they feel about you, their true intentions, what you want, what they want, what brings you together, what pulls you apart, the energy around the relationship, what's hidden, and will the relationship be successful? That's the 9-card one if you guys are interested in the tarot spreads. You're welcome, BB. I meant, like, should I allow him to be the first one to start the conversation? Not like just him only talking. I feel like it's a little bit of both, Becca. To answer your question, now that I kind of understand it better, it does make me feel like he feels responsible for being the first person to reach out. I think he knows that this is on him, but will he actually make the move right now? It's hard to say because, like I said, he's more happy being in the ignorant side and the blissful side. He's stuck in you guys were communicating via liking each other's pictures and things like that. And I think he truthfully knows it's a big risk to put himself out there even more, especially because he's the one that started it. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I had a dream that the Vikings won the Super Bowl this year. I too say no to the Cowboys. You guys are cracking me up. Okay, Rishima. Will my ministry prosper in the upcoming months? Will my ministry prosper in the upcoming months? Show me a yes or a no for Rishima. I am getting a yes, 8 of Wands. Make sure you guys are posting the correct emoji or keyword in the chat to be entered in the free list. We have 2 minutes left, and then we're going to move on to donations. Vetus donated for the 9-card relationship spread. Okay. All right, so I have Vetus confirmed. I have Becca confirmed. I have Signa confirmed. Nyasia, where did you say that you donated? Is Nate still looking forward to hanging out this Saturday? Show me a yes or a no. Is Nate still looking forward to hanging out this Saturday? Oh, Terry, you changed your picture. Ooh, something's up with him. Something's up with him. I would say he is looking forward to it, but I don't know. He's like discontent with something here in his life. Maybe he feels like it's just not good timing. Maybe you never know. He could have like a lot of shit going on and he feels like he maybe wants to dedicate time with you and feels like he feels overwhelmed. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting energy. All right, so that's it for free readings. We are going to move on. You're welcome, Rashima. Cash App, it said it's pending for 10 minutes, but it looks like it went through. Okay. Nyasia, you can go ahead and post your question. Oh, okay, Terry, you're welcome. Yes, so let me go ahead and type the donations real quick. dang, Becca. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe Cash App is just having issues today. I went ahead and typed in the chat everyone that's confirmed. Sigma, I have it. Thank you. Okay. So Naisha says, will this non-compete clause be an issue for me in the future? Is it just Naisha for the duration that you're working there, or is that just like at any point? Like you can't work with like alongside another job while you're working there that's similar, or you can't work at that type of job at any point in the future. Like I'm just confused about that specifically. Will this non-compete clause, oh damn. Will this non-compete clause be an issue for Naisha in the future? Please show me a yes or no. I was getting that it was in your best interest to do it now. Hopefully it's not like a ultimatum for receiving the position. Gotcha. Yeah, I know, that's kind of crazy, right? So it really all depends on what your plan is, Naisha. I guess they're just like really wanting to make sure that you stay there for as long as possible. At any point while you work there, you can't entertain virtual healthcare companies for a year. They just don't want you to take their tactics with you to another job that's similar. I feel like if this is something that you plan on being a part of long term, that this could cause an issue for you. Meaning, like, if this industry, like, let's just say you see yourself being in healthcare for until retirement or what have you, this could pose a problem for you. But I am getting that in order for you to achieve what you want now with this job, and if you foresee yourself being here for a long time, this is in your best interest to sign it, is what Spirit is telling me. I feel like any type of strict like measures like that could be alarming, could be concerning. You could always consult like a maybe like a business lawyer or something if you wanted to just make sure that this was a smart agreement to do. I would definitely be very, very thorough here. But if this is a job that you plan on, like this specific job with this specific company is something you want to have for a long term, you don't see yourself leaving there, this is something that you would be fine, that if nothing changes, you think you'd be fine doing this for years and years and years, it would be in your best interest to sign it. But if you see yourself like going and doing something else, or you're like wishy-washy, you're not really sure, I feel like this could pose problems. We have the 7 of Fire, which talks about a challenge, and we also have 5 of Fire, which talks about struggles, and a 10 of Fire, which talks about stress and heavy responsibilities and heavy burdens. My personal opinion is they shouldn't make you sign that until you at least get a scope of the job and you're able to like determine if this is something for you. But it just means that they take their practice very seriously as well. They likely are innovative, especially if they're worried about a non-compete, because they probably feel like they have a lot of ideas that they don't want poached and another company to take and things like that. I know that it can seem kind of scary to sign something like this, but if you plan on being with them, or you plan on your next job, or like be with them long term, or you plan on your next job being something in a completely different industry, it's not really going to affect you. It really just all depends on if you plan on being in the medical field for a very, very, very long time. And as you said, it's like you can't entertain virtual healthcare for at least a year. this isn't forever. It doesn't seem like permanent. It doesn't seem like you can't ever get a, virtual healthcare job or something like that again. It's just that there is a waiting period. I don't think you're truly screwing yourself over by signing this, especially if it gives you the job that you want right now. It's just something to keep in mind. You just kind of have to think about the future. You have to think about what your future plans are, because if you plan on the next job not even being remotely in this industry, like it's probably not going to be the biggest deal to sign it. I agree. I do feel like having to sign it after or before, is like kind of intimidating, because you're like, what if I don't like this job? Like, what if I don't like it? But I also feel like if you don't like this job now, you're probably not going to look for another job similar to it later. So you either like it and you stay with this company, or you don't like it and you leave, and you probably wouldn't work in this industry again. So I don't think it's going to be the end of the world if you sign it. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, so it's just like, I guess I can understand their side and I can understand your side as well. I'm not necessarily seeing that you're going to screw yourself over. We do have things like bothersome details, competing goals. Maybe it feels very stressful, or you feel like this is like something really scary to have to do. But regardless, I see overcome. You overcome these obstacles, if there's any at all that you face. And then also we have an achievement here and forward movement. I see you here as like the objective decision maker here. You're just trying to make sure that you're not going to screw yourself down the line. I don't really feel that. I feel like there's more fear behind this than there is actual reasons to be worried. So if that's the thing, if you don't like it, you won't be pursuing similar things, then what's the point of like not signing the non-compete? Because it's not going to be a problem for you. Like, and then if you do like the job, you're going to stay at the job. So it's like the non-compete is just probably just a way for them to cover themselves, so that way their ideas and things like that just don't get taken to another company, So definitely up to you to make this decision. Of course, you have free will, but hopefully this gave you a little bit of clarity and made you feel a little bit better about signing it. I truly think it's more about them trying to cover themselves than screwing you over. Good. Okay. Perfect. You're welcome. Thanks for the donation. Woo. Okay, so Sigma wants a reading for the rest of December. Go enjoy your show. Or, yeah, show. I think it's a show. Okay, so Sigma, reading for the rest of December, please. Reading for the rest of December. Okay, so Sigma, I'm not really. Good night, Naija. I'm not really sure if you've already experienced this or if this is what's coming in for you, but it's like a lot of conflicting things. It feels like, so fives talk about struggles, and four is here, four water, which is like discontent or feeling unfulfilled. Um we also have the 10 of fire in reverse, which talks about trying to release yourself from any like stress or heaviness or burdens. And so I'm not sure if you're going through a period of disappointment or you will be experiencing that. That's for you to decide. But it does seem like things are turning around. Specifically, we have, wrong way, Ace of Water, which talks about emotional growth, the ability to release and let go. This feels overall like a very spiritual / healing time for you right now. The High Priestess, it talks about listening to your intuition, having patience. Okay, 2 more cards, please, Spirit. 2 more cards, please. 2 more cards. 3 of air, Jesus. 3 of swords. Whew. Okay, so during this reading right now, I'm getting like extremely like hot. My cheeks are flushed. Like it feels like heated body temperature going up, things like that. And to me, it just kind of feels like maybe feeling very overwhelmed in some sense, or like I don't know what the heck this is. Sigma, you might be able to guide me a little bit here, but I'm having like struggle, discontentment, feeling unfulfilled, feeling the need to dig deep and maybe release some stuff, release some tough feelings. There could be like a lot of like emotions, crying. We have great sadness here with the 3 of swords, needing to take the time to heal. And I think this card came out after I was talking about a time for healing as well. It's almost like your new year is going to be taken quite literally. Like you're going to move into a new chapter starting at the beginning of the year, and this is the time. It's almost like the December is like a full moon for you all month. This is time for you to purge, let go, release. And as I'm saying these things, this could also be like sexual frustration as well, and the need to like just cry. Like your body just needs to let go. It needs to be able to I don't know, it's very climactic here. So like it's interesting because it's like there's also like a heaviness but associated with a sensuality. Luckily, you only have 2 more weeks of this, whatever this is. So if you have Sigma been experiencing like any overwhelming emotions, like you're kind of crying or upset out of nowhere, or you feel like your intuition is guiding you to face some things that you have repressed, if you feel like a lot like the world is against you, or you've had a lot of like battles, struggles, and you've been like just fighting to get through everything, like it's almost just like this is coming to an end here. Everything is coming to a head in December for you, and likely everything will kind of switch things up in January. When things are pent up, and you kind of think of like a volcano erupting, it's like everything's just like all the pressure, right? Like everything is building right now in the month of December. But you will feel this release towards the end. You said you are feeling stressed. Like I see here with the 10 of fire, trying to seek solutions and ways out. I like that the 10 of fire is in reverse, this card right here, because it does make me feel like you're not here to like surrender. You're not here to just give in and just say, you know what, woe is me, and play the victim card. Like, you're here really trying to figure out a way through. It just kind of feels like you've got a lot going on, meaning like you're trying to juggle a lot right now. You're thinking about this and that, like this is due at this time, and oh, I can't forget to do that because this needs to be done before this time. Like, it just seems like you have a lot going on in your mind, and then you're also trying to figure out how to achieve these things. And I feel like you might feel like a lot is on your shoulders, and you're trying to figure out how to delegate or figure out, okay, what is the priority right now, and then what's not as important, what's something that can wait for a little bit. It's not going to go quite into January. I would say it comes to a head this month, but January is looking better. I see here that this could have to do with money as well. The Two of Earth talks about feeling like you're multitasking or you're kind of weighing a couple options here. And it came out at the same time as the Page of Earth, which talks about money or situation revolving finances as well. So this is kind of like a theme for you this month. I hope that what you kind of wanted to know was like, when are things going to start looking up? When are things going to get better? Is this going to go on for the rest of the month? I will say I feel like it is going to go. Maybe it'll let up a little bit towards the end. But I'm, like I said earlier, I'm viewing your new year quite literally as something that's going to kind of feel like a bit of relief, a bit of release, and feeling a bit lighter as we move into the new year. Becca, you can post your question. Thank you, Sigma. Wait, you recently reached out to him? Or are you talking about from before? Okay. I was about to say, girl, you should have told me. I was like, way to bury the lead. Yeah, I'm yelling at my cats. Just ignore me. They're getting into stuff. Okay. Should I stop focusing on Marquise initiating communication and just kind of let it go? Kind of let it be. Ooh, Major Arcana come through. You know, Becca, I am getting just let it be for now. So it's not like it's not going to happen. I'm not seeing any changes there. I'm not sensing any shifts or anything like that for the worse. But I am seeing here with the Hanged Man at the beginning of your reading that this is like a temporary standstill. So it's going to be, you know, a pause. And I remember telling you in a reading, I think it was maybe the last reading I did for you, where I'm like, he's very much just enjoying the fact that you guys were kind of flirty, liking each other's stuff. And I think he kind of wants to stay in that bubble for a little bit. Maybe after the holidays, you know, maybe after Christmas or something, he might feel like, okay, I'm ready to make more moves and work on this and invest in this. I mean, but look at how beautiful this is. You have the 10 of Earth, 7 of Earth, and 8 of Earth. Okay. In the center of the reading, it's like this is like the thing that feels committed to me. It feels secure to me, your connection with this person. So I wouldn't stress too much. Just act as if it is already. Act as if you guys are already in a relationship and, you know, he's going to text you or he's going to call you at some point. I just feel like maybe that would probably be the best, because the more we focus, yeah, Earth is very like here now. Earth is very tangible. Lots of pentacles, it's always good because it means it's more grounded. But it's just making me feel like the more we focus on, oh, we haven't gotten a text, we haven't gotten a message, we haven't this, we haven't that. It's like the more we focus on it, the more we're telling the universe that we don't have something, and the more they're like, yeah, I'm going to give you more of what you don't have. That's right. If your reality is you don't have it or you don't have communication, then Spirit's like, yeah, you're right. Universe is like, yeah, you got it. So I think with anything, it's always wise to just not focus on the outcome. Don't check your phone every single day and be like, oh, no messages from him or he hasn't reached out. I am telling you, the second that you forget about it, the second you let it go is when things start happening for you. There really is something to that. That's why a lot of times when people get out of relationships and like, I just wanted this person to like tell me that they loved me, give me that like closure that I need, and you're like, go months and months and you're like, yeah, I'm never going to get that closure. Well, then like a year later, and then they reach out to you and they tell you all the things you wanted to hear, but you're like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I don't want to hear from you. I've already moved on. I'm over it. But that's why that happens, because you've let it go, because you're saying like, I'm not focused on it. I'm not attached to the outcome. So it's always going to be best for you try not to focus on him initiating communication. And it might be hard because focusing on it includes getting readings from people. So you might have to stop that for a little while. But it's the best thing to do because it's making sure that you get what you want in the end. But this is talking about it's just temporary, okay? So this is not forever. This is not permanent. You also have the dreamer here, which is like a new start, a new beginning, taking a leap of faith in your connection. I'm definitely going to get another reading until there's actual communication. Oh, I'm definitely not. I think that I definitely am. I was like, you cracked me up. Definitely not. Yeah, I mean, I think that's for the best. So starting here at the beginning, it's like delayed, or no, I'm sorry, temporary standstills, and then it ends like delayed progress, right? The 7 or delayed success. But everything is saying it's just on hold. It's just paused. Things are still happening. Hey, Reef, thank you. I bet it can be so frustrating. I've been there and I get it. I think it's actually part of the reason why I didn't get into, I mean, I've always been on like an awakening journey, I would say, since I was like in my 20s. And I've always been drawn to the spiritual side of things, but I don't feel like I really got into tarot and doing readings until I felt like I was in a stable relationship. And that's my personal truth and my personal journey. But I think that spirit specifically didn't allow me to do that because they wanted me to dig in and go through these hard lessons that I experienced in the past. So now that I'm somewhere stable and committed and healthy, I have a really good perspective when I'm doing these readings. I think that's actually part of the reason why. And so I'm over here always thinking like, you know, people are probably going to think I'm crazy. Like I'm in a healthy relationship. Like I can't possibly relate or possibly understand. And I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know the half of it. Yeah, Becca, you can get channeled message. Go ahead. I have been through some crazy shit, like crazy. So it's like being able to see where I came from and then see where I am now. It's like, I get it. So I know that it's hard and I don't want to tell you like it gets better, but it gets better. It really does. I'm not sure when I'll be next, but I'll see your chat if you can let me know that way, as I might not hear you. Yeah, Sarifa, I'll post it in the chat for you. Okay, so Vetus, did you want messages from Calvin? Is that who you wanted your channeled messages from? I decided to go ahead and mix this deck because why the hell not? What he would say if he reached out to you? Is that what you want to know? What he would say if he reached out to you, Becca? No, just in general. Messages from Marquise, please. Messages from Marquise to Becca. Ooh. I know I messed everything up. What's in his energy? What's in his energy? I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. I won't let you down. I want to tell you how I feel. Do I still have a chance? Let's pull just a couple more for you. I will wait for a sign from you. Oh shit. You're like, I don't want to be the person that reaches out. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. He's having some insecurities here. Look at this card. This could be his hesitation. I bet you anything, if he heard from you, he would flip the script so fast. I feel so happy with you. I think you make him happy. I gave him one. I know I crossed the line with you. At the bottom of the deck, he's having regrets. I regret lying to you, or I regret doing something that I shouldn't have, or maybe didn't do. That's perfect, Becca. I think you're helping him grow by not doing too much. He doesn't realize it, but you're allowing him to be in his masculine, his natural masculine energy by not being the person that's forward. He needs to get out. He needs to get out of his comfort zone. He needs to put more effort into this. I see life differently now. I can't get enough of you. I need security, and he feels like you don't feel the same about him. No, for real, I get it. I gave him one. I matched his energy. He liked my pictures. I liked his. He might think that you hate him. I don't know. It really all depends on how you left things off, but he doesn't feel like you... Like, I think, I don't know, maybe he just doesn't want to know the truth. Maybe he just doesn't want to know your true feelings in the off chance that you don't still have feelings for him anymore. He's definitely in a, I don't mean to sound mean, but like he's in a coward energy right now. Like he needs to get his cojones and communicate with you. You know what would be hilarious, Becca, is if you message him and was like, so you're just going to like my pictures, but you're not going to reach out to me? Okay, ... Rather than like being like, I still miss you, I still care about you, like, talk to me, blah, 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 blah. Just, you know, be like, okay, I see you, I get it. You're just one of those guys that just likes pictures but doesn't say anything. I see you. When you put a guy in a certain category like that, when you're like, you're the type of guy, I see that you're the type of guy that just likes pictures but doesn't say anything. That's okay. I've got your number. When you like put them in a category, it does something to them because they're like, wait. I'm not that type of person. You know, but it's also lighthearted and funny. That's hilarious. He responded to that. I mean, that's the only way that I would like suggest reaching out to him anyway. I wouldn't put yourself on the line or anything. I would just make it lighthearted and funny so that he knows he has an in to communicate with you, but he really needs to be the person to make the effort. Thank you, Becca. Okay, so we are going to work on Vetus. Channeled messages from Calvin. So we're going to start with my channeled message deck to see if I can pull any messages. And we'll go from there. You're welcome, Becca. Channeled messages from Calvin, please. Channeled messages from Calvin. What does he want to say? What does he want to say? You're welcome, Becca. Thank you. What does he want to say to Vetus, please? What does he want to say? Okay, so it's clear right now. Okay, I've got it. Okay, Vetus, are you ready? So he's saying, like, I'm feeling so torn right now. I feel like there's so much that I wish you knew, so much I wish I could tell you about my truth, about what I think, about what I feel when it comes to you. But I don't feel like I'm in the place. I don't think it would be appropriate. There's just so much I wish you could know. I wish I could take you and like put you in my brain and let you understand my thoughts without like really telling you anything or leading you on or making you think something, or even confirm like your feelings on this. Like, I wish that I could just let you inside just for a little while so you would just know. I feel like a lot of times I can't help myself when it comes to you, which is why I don't typically reach out. I don't typically respond, because I feel like once I do, it's like that just kind of opens it up. And I really have to practice serious self-discipline because you make me feel so out of control. I feel like it's important that you know that I want to do this right. I want to be a good person. I don't want to do anything really shitty or to hurt anyone else. Everything feels just extremely complicated. So often I wonder if we still would have an opportunity to reconnect in a more serious way. But I do feel like a lot of the times I feel like it would just be best. It would just be best to just leave things the way they are and not open up that can of worms, so to speak. It's hard because I literally cannot stop thinking about you. And when you message me, it makes my life so hard because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I can't tell you what I'm thinking. I can't tell you what I feel. So I have to hold back, and that feels inauthentic. I feel like if I move towards you, like let's play devil's advocate, if I move towards you and I leave my current situation, I leave my path behind, every plan that I had for myself would fall apart. Like every goal that I had, like that I set for myself, that I've had in my mind for what I want my life to be like, everything would just fall apart. And I just don't think that I'm in a place to be ready for something like that to happen. I crave comfort and I crave stability. I want you to know that I do feel you, and I feel like you're a deep spiritual connection that maybe I'm just not prepared for. I hope at some point I'm willing to peek in that door. I hope at some point down the line I'm willing to explore that side of things. But right now it's hard to say. It's hard to say if that's something that I'm willing to do, because my life isn't messy right now, and I just feel like things would just get so messy. They would get so fucked up. I feel like almost like this is my choice. This is the decision that I made. This is the bed I now have to sleep in. And I don't think that it would be right to hurt anyone else in the process. And I also want to be sure that this is something I would want, because it's not just my feelings at stake. I do feel like you understand me. I do feel like close to you, and I dream about you too. There is a part of me that doesn't feel like this is completely done, but this is the path that I'm leading right now. This is where I need to be right now. I have to see this through. I don't want to be a man that doesn't follow through with his promises. I want to be honorable. I want to be loyal. And I just have a hard time with this being like maybe doing things that I would like to do without worrying about everyone else's feelings. It's not easy for me. I'm just gonna need some time. I can be myself with you. I daydream about a life with you. I wish I had treated you better. I wish I had the ability to make my feelings known. I wish that I had that opportunity, because I don't feel like I ever did. I compare other people to you. I replay our conversations over and over. I wish I could take back what I said or what I did and what I didn't do. This is my fault. I looked for all the reasons to express why this couldn't work between you and me. I searched for those high and low. I made every excuse in the book. That's on me. I remember so many details when it comes to you and what you look like and our interactions. I do want to be with you. I have trouble with intimacy. I am recovering. Vetus, I have this card as well. So we are going to move into the 9-card tarot spread, Vetus. Oh, Sarifa added extra for channeled messages. Okay. We'll use that deck to clarify if we need to clarify anything. 9-card spread. 9-card spread for Venus and Calvin, please. 9-card spread for Venus and Calvin. 9-card spread for Venus. Okay. Hopefully you can see everything. I might have to turn it like this way for everything to be in camera. But anyways, this is what we're going to do. If you can't see everything, I will tell you what they are. Oh, I might be able to zoom out a little bit, actually. Let me see if I can do that. Show webcam settings. Zoom over. Right, zoom out. Like, see my whole desk here. Okay, that's as far as I can zoom out. All right, the last three cards we have are Strength, Eight of Water, and Nine of Earth. Okay. I wonder if I can. All right, so this is what we have for you for how they feel about you, Vetus. We have the Queen of Earth. So they are looking at you as someone who is thoughtful, who is considerate, who is nurturing. The Queen of Earth is a very good depiction of a maternal figure, someone who is nurturing, someone who's generous, warm, who makes good decisions. They could also view you as like just a general mother figure. So they're looking at you as quite frankly wife material. You're somebody who what they would say take home to mom kind of thing. You are resourceful. It's like it talks about this is don't like take this personally because this is like a good word, but when I say it out loud, it just sounds kind of weird, but like domesticated, like you just home and hearth, like everything at home is what your priority is. You want to make everything comfortable, everything just cozy and nice. And I feel like that's how this person views you. They view you as someone who makes the best decisions, who doesn't just jump into things head first. Um, you're basically where comfort is. You know what I mean? Like you're the bosom. You're the person that like they feel if they were having a bad day, they could go to you and you would make it feel so much better. The Queen of Earth can also talk about being the other woman. So not necessarily that you are like the Queen of Earth a lot of times can just talk about like third parties. So just keep that in mind. In regards to that's how they feel about you. In regards to their intentions, their true intentions with you, we have the Tower. So this talks about significant life events. It talks about powerful revelation. So your connection with them feels extremely powerful. It feels like you kind of knock them off their axis or like are a shock to their system. That's also a Tegan and Sarah song. So shock to your system, I think is what it's called. You may want to look up that song in case that applies to you in this situation. But it's like a startling, sudden epiphany. It's like a light bulb moment. They're also like that's like their true intentions is like to realize the importance of this connection and understand this connection for what it is. They could be self-navigating right now, trying to figure out exactly what the significance is here, why there's such a pull to you. Um, that is what they're trying to do right now is to discover what this magnetism is that they're feeling from your direction. And what you want is the Seven of Fire. So you are likely feeling like there's a lot of challenge here. You feel like you need to protect yourself against maybe disappointment. Um, but over like in the end, you want to feel like you both have made it through the fire. Like you guys have rose up like a phoenix and you guys everything that you've been through and haven't had the ability to go through together, that you will find each other on the other side. That is your true like what you want. Okay, now what they want from you in this love connection is the Magician. So that's making me feel like they want to feel ultimately powerful. I do feel like they sense that they're at the mercy of their decisions and at the mercy of their choices. So the Magician being here is like they want to get to a point where they feel like they can make solid decisions and not regret them, that they feel like they're not having to surrender to maybe their decisions or their choices that they've made, and they can just follow the path that they feel is best for them and most aligns with their own desires. I feel like they want to turn their vision for your connection into reality as well. This is something that they want. Now, what brings you guys together is the wheel. So this is powerful shit. What brings you together is the wheel. So the wheel talks about divine timing. It talks about when things need to happen and it's perfect timing, when it's blessed timing from spirit. So the wheel here is like karma. Sometimes the wheel reminds me a little bit of like some type of like tapped in further knowledge that we don't have access to easily. And it's just kind of like the clock of the universe, it's the clock of our souls. And so the wheel here representing what brings you guys together is just once you guys can realize your soul purpose and your soul path, and you can detach yourself from the things that you came here to learn and actually learn these lessons. I feel like that's when you guys would be able to come together. I feel like with the wheel here saying this is what's bringing you guys together is also talking about the visions that you get, the dreams that you have, this knowingness between the two of you that like nobody else can really understand or really comprehend. That's what brings you guys together. Let me see if I'm getting anything else. Okay, that's what I've got for that one. And then the next thing is what pulls you apart is the Empress. So the Empress is feminine energy. Specifically, it's making me think of a feminine in his life that could be possibly keeping you guys apart. That could be looking at the Empress as, quite frankly, like a literal card. The Empress is in competition with the Queen of Earth. This is just a feminine in his life that's extremely powerful, that maybe they have a lot of love for or a lot of respect and admiration for as well. This could be the person in their life that they feel is their like the person in their home that like manages their house, that's with them every day, day to day. We have the energy around your relationship as strength. You both having a strong bond, a strong connection, forgiveness, compassion, unconditional love. The number 11 might be important to your connection as well because this is the energy surrounding it. It also talks about having the courage to overcome your fears. So that could be a lesson that you guys have together. We also have what's hidden. We have the Eight of Water. What's not being shown to you is that there's a mutual desire that you both have for a change to be made here. Maybe what you're not aware of is that he desires to also move on and search for something more meaningful. And then the last card that I have here is will the relationship be successful? We have the Nine of Earth. This is a strong desire on both of your parts to grow independently from one another, but simultaneously by each other's side. This is desire to be together, like in on earth here in your life before you guys pass on to your next one. The Nine of Earth in will the relationship be successful signifies a yes. It also signifies that everything that you guys have tried to work on, tried to get to this point that you're at now, is paying off. So everything that you guys have been through being able to reap the rewards of that as well. This is culmination. This is like just everything leading up to this point of beauty and luxury and enjoying time with one another. So that is your 9 card spread. Vetus, thank you for being the first person to get that with me. I also wanted to show you at the bottom of the deck, we had the Lovers and the Ace of Water. So those are very good cards to get as well in regards to love and romance spread. If anyone liked this reading or wants one for themselves, you can absolutely donate. My donations are still open. Vetus, I hope that was beneficial for you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do Sarifa's next. Oh, thanks, Reef. Yay, you're welcome, Vetus. Also, Vetus, I did email you back. I'm not sure if you got it or not, but I just wanted to let you know that I did get your email and this morning. I haven't checked it since then, so if you reach back out to me, I apologize that I did not see that yet, but I did want to let you know that in case you hadn't seen, I did email you. Okay. You know what? I guess let's do. I was curious about why Tim's avoiding me today. Where these past couple of days he's been talking to me. And I'm starting to see a pattern that Thursday I don't hear from him. Interesting. So you're starting to notice a pattern that on Thursdays you do not hear from him. That is interesting. So Sarifa, did you want to do the 9-card spread when you said, okay, you know what, let's do that? Or did you want to do an answer to your question and you want to know why Tim's been avoiding you? I just wanted to clarify. Okay, perfect. Good to know that you got my email. Thanks, sweetest. Huh? You want to do both? Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Absolutely, that's okay. Totally. Come on, Cash App. Okay, so we're gonna do a 10-card spread about why he's avoiding you. And then we're going to do a 9-card spread in regards to your connection. And then you also want channeled messages. Got it. All right, let's dig into it. All right, so first and foremost, let's see why Tim is avoiding. Why is Tim avoiding Sarifa today when he's been communicating the last couple of days? Ignore my phone. My charger's like giving up and we're not going to talk about it. Why is Tim avoiding Sarifa today when the past couple of days he's been talking to her? Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this a little bit better, and then I'll zoom back out. Oh. Just so you can see the cards a little bit better. I'm wondering if I'm being used because I helped him yesterday with his new debit card issue with trash bills and whatnot, and now today is a new day. No good morning, nothing. I understand his parents are visiting, but he's at work today, and I've seen him online quite a few times. Okay, let's see. Why is Tim avoiding Sarifa? Is she being used? Oh, Becca's back. Hey. Absolutely, girl. Okay, so Sarifa, I do not feel confident telling you flat out this person is using you. I do not feel that way. But I do feel like there is a level of convenience. Bear with me while my camera focuses. I do feel like there is a level of convenience that he may feel in regards to you helping him. You feel like you always come back. You do, Becca. We love to have you here. Not sure if the third party is still in the picture, but he's not going to tell me about her, of course, for sure. So I don't want you to think like, oh, this is him. He's just using me and all this stuff, because I don't feel like that is the only purpose of him communicating with you. But I will say that it's a perk. It's a benefit. And I do feel like at times even if he's like not able to give more to you or exchange more effort in your direction, he might still do what he can. So that way, if he's ever in a jam or if he needs your help with something, you guys have not left off on bad terms. I am feeling like he is indecisive when it comes to you. He's not exactly sure like what his feelings are exactly. I see him feeling extremely conflicted and restless about it. And it's difficult because a good majority of this connection is a matter of convenience for him. But that's not to say that you guys have had inorganic interactions. I do feel like the interactions you guys have had have been authentic, but it's almost like your help is a bonus, if that makes sense. And so if he's not in a place of needing help and he's got other things going on, you might not be the priority. And that's where I think the confusion comes in because he's making other things a priority over your communication with each other. Do I address that or do I just let it be considering the fact that we did just start communicating again? Um, let me see what I'm getting here. Hold on one second. So I think, Sarifa, if you do address it, he is going to act with you like there's not a problem. He may even be in a flight mode if rather than a fight mode, if that makes sense. He would rather be ignorant or pretend like there isn't an issue and he's not exactly sure what you're in a huff and puff about. I just don't think that he's really in a place to acknowledge maybe the inconsiderate nature that he's extending your way. I feel like for you, the advice here is to review and evaluate. Maybe it's time to kind of just let things be what they are. I just feel like if you do address it, the outcome would be him being very avoidant. Maybe wouldn't even give you the opportunity to express your frustration in this. Would likely act like they have other things to do or they're busy or just flat out ignore you. I don't think this person wants confrontation at all. No, yeah, for sure. He's coming across as a king, knight, and page of air. And so he pretty much just does what he feels is right in the moment and what he wants to do in the moment. Um, I think that he does consider you, but only in a very practical way. There's no emotional attachment to it. And so it's like, if I want to spend time with you, I will. If I don't, I don't. Like, I just don't feel like he's making you as much of a priority as you are with him. And it truthfully doesn't necessarily feel like he deserves being your priority either, just because of your history. I think that it would be very easy for him, like the word swindle is coming through. Like, I think it would be very easy for him to just be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Things got crazy. Like I had family over and I had to rush home and shower and da 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 da. And I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to like text you or anything. It's just we were kind of all spending quality time together." And I feel like he'd be able to say that to you and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, like, it's understandable. It's a legitimate excuse, like it makes sense." And then like you're fine. And then you guys talk for a couple more days and then it happens again. And it's like, I just feel like the word swindle came through. Like, I feel like it's very easy for him to get back in your good graces. And I think that it's time maybe for some tough love. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the thing too, is that people can know that they're in the wrong and they could even admit it, but what really matters is when their actions show that they have remorse for it and their actions match up and line up with what it is that they're saying. That's the difference. And I think it's really important for people to also get that, like, especially on the other end, is that people can say all the right things and tell you all the things that you want to hear. But if their actions aren't lining up, what are you supposed to do with that? Um, I think truthfully, Sarifa, you just need to do what you feel in your heart. I think that if you continue to give in and you continue to communicate, I feel like this cycle will just keep repeating. So you have to decide if it's something you're ready to let go of and move on from until you start seeing changes in action, or like, I mean, you could always just tell him, if you want to talk to me, I want to hear from you every single day, or I'm not going to respond to you. You could say that, you could say, literally, I want you to reach out to me every single day, or do not expect a response from me. You could ask for consistency, but at the same time, if you guys aren't in a relationship, if you're only in these stages, think about how horrible the relationship would be, and it's kind of hard to give somebody an ultimatum like that when they haven't made a commitment to you. It's just, things should just be easier than that. But let's take a look at the dynamic with the 9 card spread and see if we can get any other insight. But you could always make that an ultimatum for yourself. You could always say in your mind, okay, if he doesn't reach out to me today, then I'm not going to respond to him the next time he does reach out. And if he doesn't reach out to me, then I'm not going to initiate conversation next. Like, things like that. You could always make an agreement with yourself, but maybe not vocalize it to him. At what point, though, does it feel like a game? At what point does it feel like you have to follow all these rules just to communicate with this person? Like, you authentically just want to communicate. You authentically just want to be able to text this person about your day and know that you're going to get a response. You want to be able to just reach out to them if you're thinking about them. You want them to reach out to you if they're thinking about you. You don't want to feel like you're thinking so much into, oh, well, should I text them if they do this? But I'm not going to text them if they do that. It's like, you could, but is that something that you really, really want to do? All right, so this is a 9-card spread, relationship love, for Tim and Sarifa, please. Yeah. My God, my charger is driving me absolutely nutty. Becca, if you are in here, I got your donation. You'll be next, okay? Nine card spread. One more shuffle. All right, so we're going to zoom out so you can see a little bit more. All right, how they feel about you, Page of Water. Their true intentions, Seven of Fire. What you want, Ace of Earth. What they want, Queen of Air. What brings you together, Nine of Water. What pulls you apart, Six of Fire. The energy around the relationship. The Magician. What's hidden, Five of Earth. Will it be successful? The Lovers. Ooh. Okay, so how they feel about you, Page of Water. So the Page is someone who could be infatuated in love. Again, this is how they feel about you. So there could be a mutual infatuation with one another. I wouldn't say to the point of obsession, but I would say that it is mutual. You both are feeling that way. Got it, Becca. They are viewing you as someone sensitive, someone friendly, someone generous and giving, someone like almost like you are very, interestingly enough, you go with the flow. They like that about you. They like that you're open and non-judgmental and very like full of heart. Like you're just a very loving, tender person. Their true intentions with you is the Seven of Fire. I feel as though they want to constantly have the upper hand. That's their intention here, is to never feel like they have succumbed to your will or feel like they've lost their ability to control the way that you guys move forward. I feel like they're the type of person that wants to stand their ground, do what it is that they want to do. I feel like they're kind of guarded, they're protective, they're defensive, and that's their intentions right now, what they intend on doing and how they can intend on being within the connection. What you want is an opportunity with this person. You want just them to give it a chance, to actually try, to put their best foot forward and just see what exactly could happen here. You're looking for an investment from them. You're just looking for an offer from them to say, you know, I'm going to try. Like you just are like put fucking effort into this shit. Like that's what I'm getting with the Ace of Earth. What they want is the Queen of Air. So they're looking at you as a self-sufficient, someone that they can depend on, someone that they can rely on, someone who is authentic and true to themselves, someone who is giving, someone who is experienced. They enjoy your conversation, your banter, things like that, but they want you to keep them at a distance. With the Queen of Air, they're very like, their posture is very like arms crossed. And it's like, I'm gonna let you be in the room with me, but I'm not going to jump into this like full-fledged. They're wanting you to be that way with them. That's what they want. They want you to be someone they can rely on, someone they can depend on, but not someone that falls so hard that they now have to lose you, because if they're not ready to commit, then where do we go from here? With the Nine of Water, what brings you guys together is that you both feel that the other person can fulfill your wish. You feel like he has the potential to make you happy and to give you what it is that you want. And he feels like you have that ability to do those things for him. The issue is that you guys don't want the same things. You think that you can get that fulfillment within each other, and you think that there's the potential, that opportunity for that to happen. However, you guys want different things. So like he views you as someone who can help him out of a pinch, when he's like in a bind or something. You're someone who can do that. You're someone he can depend on. You're someone he can communicate with. At times you're someone he can be vulnerable with, express to, vent to. He has a good time with you. He enjoys your company. He enjoys what you have to say. You fulfill those things for him. What you want from him is for him to fulfill the things you want. You want consistency. You want him to add value. You maybe want commitment at some point. And you view each other as like the ability to fulfill the things in one another. And that's what brings you together. That's why you constantly keep coming together, because you think, okay, this is the chance. This is the opportunity. This might be the time now where we can both have what it is that we want. What pulls you guys apart is your lack of feeling appreciated by one another. We have the 6 of fire. I don't feel like either of you feel recognized for your efforts. Neither of you feel appreciated in the way that you would like to be appreciated and recognized. You're looking for actions to line up with that appreciation. He's likely looking for words to line up with that appreciation. And that's what's making it difficult, is that you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, and you're not feeling like the efforts that are being exchanged are being appreciated or acknowledged. We have energy around the relationship is the Magician. And I need to clarify a card on that, because the Magician, because the Magician talks about you guys both having the power and both being able to make what it is that you want happen. The Magician's a manifester. What's the energy around the relationship? What's the energy around the relationship? Okay. So you both desire for change. You both desire for something. No, it's not you both. I think it might just be you. I honestly think that this person's happy with the way things are, but they want you to be happy with the way things are. But I don't think that you are. And the energy that's surrounding you is like you really trying very hard to alleviate this heaviness, this weight, this responsibility, this stress that surrounds the connection. It's like you're doing everything you can to alleviate these feelings. What is hidden is the 5 of Earth, fear surrounding money. What is not being shown to you or not fully aware to you is that there is a lack mindset here in your connection. I don't know what to acknowledge. Thanks for calling me. It shows that you're still alive. That's hilarious. Like, damn, I haven't seen him since August. When am I going to see him again? Yeah, I mean, it could just be words of affirmation too with the 6 of fire. Sometimes people like that like to have their ego boosted. They like to hear compliments. They like to hear good things about themselves. And so maybe this person is like wanting more of that, but you're wanting appreciation for the efforts that you're putting in. But that's what's keeping you apart, is like, regardless of what he wants, you're not feeling appreciated, and that's what's pulling you guys away from one another. But the 5 of Earth talks about lack, fears around money, not being in poverty spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally. And so this is what's really going on underneath the surface as to why things aren't moving forward. I feel like there's a lot of work underneath that needs to still happen. Will the relationship be successful? We have the Lovers. It's potential here for sure. The Lovers talks about deep soul connections with one another. It represents soulmates, heart-centered, deep romance. But the Lovers also talks about carefully weighing your decisions. The Lovers talks about choices. Big decisions that need to be made that could alter the trajectory of your future of this relationship. You guys have a strength when you're together. You could be a power couple. This relationship could be successful, but it's requiring equal effort on both parties. So that is what I've got for you on that, Sarifa. Let's go ahead and pull some channeled messages for you. And then we are going to move on to Becca, but I think she stepped out. Hi, Jot. How are you? Hope you're doing good tonight. These card spreads are kind of fun for me. If anybody wants to do the 6-card spread, you can do that. They represent how you feel about the relationship, how your partner feels about you, what brings you together, what makes your relationship strong, what makes your relationship weak, and advice on how to improve the relationship. And that one's $6. We're usually strong together, which is hard that we're 7 hours apart. If we're skin on skin, dude, unstoppable. Yeah. Okay, so let's get some channeled messages. If anybody donated after Becca, please. I was trying to combine Reef and Becca, and I almost said Rebecca. If anybody donated after Becca, please do let me know in the chat. Oh my God, I have something in my eye. Manor, hey, how are you? Our free list is actually closed. Oh, your name is Rebecca? Well, that would have worked too. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I would have been right either way. Messages from Tim to Sarifa, please, Spirit. Messages from Tim to Sarifa. Finding out the truth crushed me. Oh. I want you so badly. I hid who I really am from you. You were, and I'm also hearing are, the best thing in my life. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. We're going to pull just a couple more cards for you. I will wait for a sign from you. I hate that card so damn much because usually the people I'm doing readings for are the people who have already put way too much into this and they're looking for someone else to step it up. So that annoys me, because what that tells me is that this person hasn't grown enough yet to be that for you. I still feel the pain. I don't want to let you go. I'm starting to understand our connection. The bottom of the deck, I am not over you. I feel the sexual tension. And when you guys go through periods of silence, it's very difficult to let you go. Ugh. I know. That card drives me crazy. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight the deck. Whatever comes out needs to be said. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to throw it away. It is what it is. All right, Reese. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me tonight. Thank you so much for your donation. So, Becca, what does my spirit team want me to focus on most in this period of time? You're welcome, Sarifa. What does Spirit Team want Becca to focus on most at this period of time? Okay, so the first thing that's coming through, Becca, I'm going to pull a couple more cards from you, but the first thing that is coming through is it seems as though it is possible that when things don't work out exactly as you wanted or exactly as you hope, not saying it's not going to, but when it doesn't work out as like quickly or as, you know, in the way in which you were hoping it would happen, a lot of times you can view that as a setback. Spirit is saying progress, not perfection. So just keep in mind that these things are not setbacks. These things are progress, okay? They may not be exactly how you wanted. It may not be perfect, but you're still moving forward. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, where anyone else is on their journey. I think it's important that you just focus on yourself and how far you've come and leave it at that. Let me see what else I've got here. Oh shit, that's so crazy. It literally says instead focus upon how far you've come. That's hilarious. I didn't read that. Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, it says focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. They're wanting you to hold strong to your faith. If you feel like maybe your psychic abilities, or if you feel like your faith or your spirituality, your beliefs, things like that, if you feel like any of them are faltering, wavering at all, or if you feel like maybe you don't feel as connected as usual, this is a good sign for you to kind of tap back into that. They're talking about remaining positive, because the stronger your faith is, the less you worry on a human level. Spirit is saying that you are getting inner guidance and it's leading you towards fulfillment. It's important you trust these signs. There's 2 cards here talking about having positive focus or positive thoughts. Like more like for sure this like certainty, right? Like if your focus is money, you're like, I'm going to get that money. It's going to happen. I'm not worried about how, when, why, where. It's just going to happen. And I know it's going to happen. And I'm not going to sit here and stress about it. If your focus is Marquise, you're like, you know what? He's going to message me. Like, he loves me too fucking much. Like, he's going to message me. There's just no way he can stay away from me. You know what I mean? Like, he craves to give me what I want. Like, this is what he wants. Like, speaking it in that way where you're just like expecting things to happen to you, even if you don't know, you have no physical proof or evidence that it's going to. It's just like you have this knowingness within you. And I think that might have been kind of what I was trying to tell you a little bit in the last reading. A little bit more of that is coming through. They're asking you to focus on keeping your masculine and feminine energies balanced because that's when you're the most aligned. What do you want Becca to focus most on right now? That's so crazy because I was just talking about balancing your masculine and feminine energies. And then we have confront your opposite polarity. I feel like that's what that card means, is whatever it is that you're normally used to working with, maybe tap a little bit more into the opposite side. I'm pulling some other cards here. Give me a second while I get the rest of these out. What do you want Spirit to focus on this? Or what do you want Spirit? Spirit, what do you want Becca to focus on at this time? Have faith. Your inner child. So more cards here talking about having faith. You know what's so funny, Becca? I'm actually going to tell you this thing that I told my fiance, I think it was yesterday. I was listening to this thing and it was like so incredible. And I hope that it makes you feel comfort. So a couple more things to focus on. We have your inner child. We have focus on your family and the people in your life, your tribe. And then we also have focus on letting go over here in this corner. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I feel like this is something you need to know. Pay attention to the signs. But I want to let you know what I heard yesterday, which was like so inspiring to me. So basically, it was this guy who I guess he gives like personal development. He could be like a life coach, something along those lines. But he basically was saying to this girl, he called her up to the front of the room and he was having her repeat certain affirmations. He was saying, okay, say, you know, I deserve love. You know, I am happy. I'm living a good life. Things like that. So he said to her something along the lines of repeat this next one and say, I'm living my best life. And she like immediately starts getting emotional and he's just like, why are you getting emotional about this? Like, why is it so hard for you to say that you're living your best life? And she said, because I feel like I'm only living part of my life. And he was like, well, why is that? She's like, because I have all these plans and all these goals that I wanted to achieve, where I wanted to be at this point in my life. I wanted to, I just kind of had this whole future planned out, and like none of it has happened. None of what I wanted has happened. And he goes, well, what makes you think that your plan is the best plan? She's like, what do you mean? And he's like, what makes you think that the plan you have for yourself is the best plan for you? Think about it. When you were a kid and your mom would give you some chicken nuggets, some French fries, and some broccoli, right? Your plan was to just eat the chicken nuggets and the French fries, not the broccoli. But your mom was like, no, look, you need to eat the broccoli. She knew better for you. She knew that what the broccoli would do for your body and how it would help you. But your plan was to just eat the chicken nuggets and the French fries. And so he said, there is a higher power out there that's looking out for you, that has the best plan for you, that's looking out for your well-being, that's giving you this life broccoli. When things aren't going right, when things aren't going the way that you want, it's giving you the broccoli, right? So know that it's for your best. Maybe things aren't working out exactly right now the way that you'd want them to. It's within this specific time frame, I see you said I get you. But that doesn't mean it's not working out for you. It just means that maybe the plan that you had specifically wasn't what was best for you. And so why I'm bringing this up was just because of the have faith. You keep getting that reoccurring within this reading. And I feel like such a sense of comfort when I think there's my universal mom and dad are out there looking out for me. My universal parents are saying, yeah, things aren't looking the way that you want. This isn't exactly what you planned for yourself, but I have something so much better coming to you. You just need to eat this life broccoli and trust me that you're going to grow and things will get better and you'll feel stronger and you'll feel healthier. And yeah, so I don't know why that just brought me like such a sense of, comfort to say, my plan isn't probably the best plan for myself. I can do everything that I can to try to live the best life that I can and hope that things will work out the way that I want. But there's somebody else out there looking out for me that knows better for me than I do. And I just need to trust in that. So I feel like that was something that I wanted to share with you or anyone else that's in here listening, because it just was so impactful for me yesterday. And like, I realized that I just don't worry as much. Like, ever since yesterday, I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. Like, it's always worked out for me. It's going to continue to work out for me. And better things are yet to come. So that's what I got. Focus on your faith, focus on your inner child, focus on your own family, your friends, focus on letting go, focus on positivity, focus on the fact that it's about progress, not perfection, and try to focus on the sides of yourself that may be out of balance between your feminine and masculine energies. That's what I've got for you, girl. I hope that was beneficial for you. We are going to go ahead and do a last call for readings. If anybody else would like to place an order, you can check the pinned comment. We'll probably keep it open for maybe another couple of minutes or so. You're so welcome. Hey, Kendra. Oh, shoot, I'm mixing the wrong decks up. What the heck? Kendra, you got me all sidetracked. Like mixing all my decks up. Oh, how are you? What's going on in here? What's going on in where? In our chat? So what we're doing is we're doing tarot spread readings tonight. We have like the normal $5 minis and things like that. But I wanted to add in as well some love and relationship spreads. So I have a 9-card spread that says how they feel about you, their true intentions, what you want, what they want, what brings you together, what pulls you apart, energy around the relationship, what's hidden, and will the relationship be successful? That's the 9-card spread. And then I have a 6-card spread for $6. And it's how you feel about the relationship, how they feel about you, what brings you together, your strengths, your weaknesses, and how you can improve the relationship. And then I'm also doing past, present, future, either love or general for $3. So there's a couple different options that we're doing tonight. Excuse me? He didn't ask about your car? Okay. What a dum-dum. I'm like annoyed that he didn't ask you. Rude. Hey, I speak. It's funny, Kendra, because as you said, maybe he was scared my left ear started ringing when I was reading that comment. I'm just going to put that as a confirmation for that. I speak says, I'm doing okay. Could be feeling better. Are you sick? Doing well today. I want to do a 9-card reading. What do you think? You can pick up on why he didn't say anything, or would a mini be better? To answer that question specifically, I feel like a mini would be better because I have specific questions that I ask with the 9-card. But I will say, Kendra, I wouldn't even ask you to like donate for this because I feel like you're right. I feel like in his mind, he was thinking to himself, you know, I wonder how she is. I wonder like if everything's okay. I don't want to be too forward. I don't want to be inappropriate. I would like to ask her. Should I ask her? And I feel like there could have been a couple of times where he felt like, but he just kind of held back. He like lost his courage a little bit maybe to say something, or felt like he went to say something and then someone else said something to you and then he couldn't talk to you. Like there's just this inner battle or conflict or struggle that I'm getting from him, which is why he may not have said anything. Oh, I speak is sad. Oh, I speak, I'm sorry. Hey, Eliana. Aw, dang it. Yeah, Kendra's going to be the last person, but I'll be back probably tomorrow. I have to get some work done on my car, but I'm hoping to be back in the evening. Oh, dang. Should I just open it back up? If you guys want to donate, it's fine. It's fine. Eliana, if you want to donate, I speak. Kendra, all y'all, just let me know. But I'm just going to hold it for you guys. Like, if anybody else new comes in, I'm going to have to save it for tomorrow. But if you guys wanted to do like the 9-card spread or the 6-card spread or whatever, I can keep that open as an option as well for another time that I go live. Okay, I speak. That sounds good. Okay, so Kendra's sending for a mini. Let me confirm all of these really quickly. Yeah, if Eliana's still in here, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it open for you guys. You guys are my regulars, you know, I gotta honor that. But if anybody else comes in, I'm just gonna like say sorry. It's so funny, all you guys came in like at the same time. It was meant to be. Okay, so Kendra wants a mini. Kendra, you want me to tap in further into why? Or did you want to ask a different? Okay, here we go. I see it. Absolutely, I speak. A reading plus charmies is totally fine. Okay. Okay, so we have Kendra confirmed. And we're about to work on Kendra. Kendra likes this deck. And then we're going to do I Speak. And if Eliana still wants to donate, I'll take that now. And if not, no worries. I will be back tomorrow. Okay. Why was Romo scared? Why is he scared? Why was Romo scared? Let's actually say, like, why didn't he talk to you today? Like, why didn't he ask you about... Because I feel like we're assuming that he was scared. So I don't want to ask that question. I want to, like, just see what comes through, like, why he didn't approach you today. Why didn't he ask you? I got it. I speak. Thank you. All right, let's see. So your concern about if he's like not willing to ask you just a simple question about how you are or how's your vehicle, you're concerned that he's not going to want to progress anything with you when you quit. And I actually think it's the opposite of that. I think that he would be more inclined to communicate with you because he really is putting a lot of power in the fact that he is in a different level of management than you. He's struggling with that a lot. So it's not that he's scared. I think he's a very dominant person. I think that he is absolutely willing to go out of his way to communicate with someone. But I think that it's not that he's scared to talk to you. That's what's interesting, is he's not scared to say anything to you. He's scared of opening that door. He's very self-disciplined. He is someone who like thinks through things very, like, he's very intelligent, I can feel. And I feel as though he feels like if he crosses that line, if he opens that door, if he says this thing to you that now becomes, you guys are talking about things on a personal level, that he's crossing a line and into a place where he feels like self-discipline would be a lot less manageable for him. He wouldn't be able to really control himself. And asking how your car is, whether that seems like such just like a simple thing to ask, it seems like a platonic friend could ask, how's your car doing, is everything okay? It doesn't seem like it's that substantial. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But he would know in the back of his mind that his motive in asking you that would be to get to know you on a personal level and ask about your life on a personal level. His motive behind that question would be to get closer to you, whereas some friend or some associate or coworker asking you that question is just to make sure that you're okay. Just to be like, if you need anything, let me know, whatever. They don't mean anything behind it. But he knows that he would be opening this door to communicating with you that he's not sure if he's ready for. So that's I think the issue. It's not the question surrounding. It has nothing to do with the question. It has everything to do behind why he would ask you the question. He would ask you because he's trying to get to know you on a personal level. He wants to peer into your life and get to know you in that way. And I think that once he does that, it's going to be very difficult for him to restrain himself. He feels dominant. I don't feel like he feels scared to communicate with you. I feel like he feels fine, but he feels like he's in a very impossible place. So I don't want you to put too much emphasis on him being scared, because that doesn't feel like what it is. It feels like he would lack more control by getting to know you on that level, because it's so easy. It's a slippery slope. It's so easy, where you might say something to him where it might trigger him to then want to ask you something else. And then before you know it, you guys are talking, and every single time you guys have a shift together, you're delving more into the personal lives. And, it's like he's really trying hard to not get to know you right now. Like, that's basically what it is. So I'm glad that I rephrased the question, because it doesn't feel like scared. It feels more like, I don't know if I'm ready to take it to that step, because I don't know how much restraint and self-control I would have. I don't know how much self-discipline I would have, once we go there, because it's all about the motive. It's all about, what does this mean if I communicate with her in this way on a because if you think about it, the question itself, when you're like, oh, well, like, how's your car? Is everything good? Good. Okay, good. Moving on. But for him, it would be investing in you. It would be putting effort in you and investing in your story and what you have to say about this. And he might not know what kind of car you drive, and now all of a sudden he knows what kind of car you drive. You know what I mean? Or, you might tell him about this interaction you have with this person who was so mean, and he might feel these feelings of like protectiveness, and he's not ready to go there. Like, that's kind of what it is because of where you guys are at in the company, in your positions. It's just, that's what it is. No, it's not confusing. It's not confusing because he does want to get to know you, but he doesn't want to cross any lines. So he'd rather just hang back. He feels torn too. It's not confusing. It's more like torture. It's more like he's tormented. He would lose self-discipline because he would want to keep communicating with you, because he would open up a window or a door or whatever to your personal life, communicating with him about what you went through. And he knows that he might learn more about you than he knows now and want to get to know you more. And then before you know it, it's like when you have feelings for someone but you don't want it to go there, and you are making a conscious choice and effort to stay away, the more you get to know someone, the harder it is to stay away. I think the main thing holding him back, his main hesitation, is his position, Kendra. So if you were to leave, I don't think that this would be the case, because he wouldn't have to worry about his position. If you're gone, he could explore that with you and he wouldn't have to worry about it. Do you get what I mean? Like, do you like, I feel like I'm making sense. I don't know why this is confusing. Because to me, if that's how he feels about asking a simple question and feels like he has to hold back, then he will hold back when I leave. But do you know why he's holding back? So Kendra, let's just put it this way. He's holding back because of his position in the company. And when that's no longer a problem, what makes you think he's not going to communicate with you? The reason he's not communicating with you is seems, from my understanding, it feels like it's because of his position of power. When he no longer has a position of power in regards to your dynamic in your relationship, there would be no reason to have hesitation. Therefore, he would feel like he could act on these impulses. And I know that you don't think it's that deep of a question, which is why I said that earlier, because you're thinking it's just a question. But you're also thinking into this too, though, if you think about it, because you're like, I want him to ask me. What's your motive in wanting him to ask you? Because you want to get to know him better, or you want him to get to know you. This isn't just ask me how I'm doing, ask me how my car is, and that's it. Because you're thinking into it just as much as he is thinking into it. Like, you are doing the same thing. It's not just platonic, it's not just any kind of question, it's deeper than that because of the motivation behind the question. Exactly. Exactly. It's a complex situation here. I'm not sure what it is that you're like fighting on this. Like, it's all about the motive behind it. And once you understand the motive behind the question, and once you understand why he's hesitant, I don't think this would be what is it, confusing. So if he's trying to show you that he doesn't care about you, even though he does care about, your well-being. If he's trying not to show you that he cares about you, he wouldn't ask you. I think what it is you want more substantial evidence that he is thinking about you, and that this isn't all in your head and things like that. You're looking for something more tangible, but unfortunately, that's not what you're going to get from a tarot reading. That's what you're going to get from experiencing day to day life and living, and eventually you'll see it all come, and it all will play out. We could speculate until we're out of breath here, but this is what I'm picking up. This is what it really feels like it's coming down to here in this reading. Yeah. So I feel like he has an obstacle, and once that obstacle no longer exists, then you're going to see a different side to him. And that's just my personal thoughts on it. But there's an obstacle here. I just got a donation from someone, but my donations are closed, so I'm a little confused. Hey, J Moon, I am so sorry, but my list is closed. There's a banner scrolling across. I can refund you, but I think it's only going to refund you the money after the fee that they charged me. So I can either hold on to your donation for the next time I stream, or if you'd like, I can send you a typed reading, or I can refund you, but I don't know if they refund in full or if they only refund minus the fee, if that makes sense. So just let me know what you want me to do. I'm happy to do any of it. I can do a typed reading for you and get that to you by tomorrow. I can do, I can hold on to it, and the next time I go live, we can do your question, or I can refund you the difference. It's up to you. Sorry about that. Yeah, I see what you mean, Kendra. You're like, I'm not seeing the action, so everything feels like a lie. I need some type of action because all I've got is terror. I haven't gotten any signs from this man, like nothing, so I don't want to. Well, you haven't gotten nothing, Kendra, because you're asking about him, because you're using your intuition and going off of what you think. If you weren't getting any kind of indication from him or any kind of signal, you wouldn't be asking about him, right? Like, you are getting something off of him, even if it's not an action or a conversation. You're getting, there is a reason that you were prompted to ask about him in a reading. Yeah, absolutely, J Moon. You're totally fine. I just want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank you for the opportunity of doing a reading for you. I do apologize that my list is closed. Let me pull that up really quickly. Okay, so they took 18 cents for a fee, so I'm gonna go ahead and refund that to you. And I hope that you get the full amount back. So we'll see. But Nadia, I should be back tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you, okay? The only reason I got anything about him liking me was like he told me a big man with hazel. Wait, what? A big man with hazel eyes and dark hair is into, and I said I only know Romo as that guy, and she said it was him. I didn't get any signs from him. It's like he told me. Oh my god, I did not know that. I thought you were going off of like the vibes. That's so crazy. But the fact that it's a psychic that told you this, like, I don't know, like I in the things that I'm picking up in these readings, I'm inclined to say that there is interest there. But I think that time is only gonna be, it's a factor. Time will tell. I didn't know he was into me until psychics. That's something I didn't start asking because he wasn't showing anything. The crazy thing is that her description was so on point with who this person is. So all the information you know about him is through other people, like him telling or him saying that he's going to school and he's eventually going to be working in, I can't remember what you said, working somewhere else and this and that. Like all the information you have on him is like you learned from like coworkers and stuff. He never told you these things. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. Spirit's like shutting me up. I feel like I'm not allowed to say anything else. I just would just kind of let it see how it all play out. Like I wholeheartedly believe in psychics, so because I feel like I do have psychic abilities myself, and I feel Kendra, if I saw on the cards he's got a girlfriend or whatever, like I would tell you. And Eliana knows this as well. Like I've never seen like anything in the spread that I can recall that was giving me any indication that he's in a relationship with someone. I've never seen anything like deceit. I've never seen anything like a disinterest. You know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing that. And I would tell you if I did. Eliana claimed the 6th card. I speak. You can go ahead and post your question. That's okay, Eliana. So Eliana, the 6th card is specifically about a certain person. Yeah, that's so crazy. Like it's just like what spirit tells us is what they tell us, man. Like I feel like because I didn't see it, because I didn't feel it or sense it, it's something that Eliana had to learn. It was like a lesson that she had to learn in this. And then that's why they weren't telling me. It's something she had to figure out on her own. I wholeheartedly believe they're only telling me what's for your highest good to know. He's told me stuff about he has dogs, goes to school, but I don't know. I only know his feelings through tarot, not from signs. I'm losing hope, close to just moving on. He seems like a nice guy, just don't get any signs from him in the 3D. Feelings, thoughts are cute, but I gotta have the actions too, for sure. Oh, your BFF didn't even see it. Shit. No, Kendra, I mean, I get it. I understand. Our human side, like, really needs and really craves that's something tangible. So if you feel like moving on, you know, you have that free will to do so. I don't do readings to convince anybody of anything. I'm not here to convince you to give it a try or to not. I'm literally just here to interpret the cards in a way that maybe it would be difficult for you to do, but what you do with that information is definitely your choice. So Eliana wants a 6-card relationship. Okay, so Eliana, let me look up a love spread for you that has nothing to do with a relationship. Let's see. Give me 1 second. 6-card spread. Love search. No, you're totally fine, Kendra. Eliana, Kendra, just let things flow. You never know. It's frustrating. Like, if you want me, you want me. Yeah. Girl, I'm in a relationship with someone who I've been in a relationship with for 7 years. This boy does not tell me he wants me every day. Okay? Like, you can literally be in a committed AF relationship, own a house, have cats, have plans for a kid in the future. Like, I mean, yes, he makes his intentions clear for sure. But I'm just saying, like, just know that, like, humans just don't work that way, like, all the time. but it doesn't mean that there's not something there. And I don't want you to get like, what is the word? Disheartened, or what's the word? Disappointed. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's like we're just different. The way that we all approach things, the way that we process things, everybody's different. He could have a lot of complexities in his situation that's making it difficult for him not to step forward. And oh my God, I have something in my eyeball. I speak, are you in a hurry? I have to get this eyelash out of my eye. I speak, if you're in a hurry, let me know, and I'll try to get back as quick as I can. Okay, I think I got it. Holy crap, that hurt so bad. Okay, I speak says I'm not in a rush. I feel like you're not understanding what I'm saying. Wait, are you talking to me? It's frustrating, like, if you want me. Wait, girl, it's not what I meant. I'm not saying you need to be like Kendra, I want you every day, but like, show me something. Yeah, like, I see what you mean. You want him to just make his intentions clear. Maybe he doesn't have clear intentions. Maybe he doesn't know. I feel like you're not understanding what I'm saying, Kendra. And sometimes with readings, even if it's not showing up, it may show up a little later. No rush, Eliania. Maybe so, but I'm just going to move on. I don't have time to wait. So I can't see illusional. I'll keep open your wait. I mean, honestly, Kendra, I love your like realistic approach to these things. I really do, because I feel like a lot of times people can feel like unrealistic expectations. And I feel like you're like the complete opposite. And like, I admire that about you, because you're just like, I'm not wasting my time. And I think there's something honestly to be said about that. There's something to be admired about that and appreciated about that. But I think you also too have a very strong personality. I think you could also be very intimidating to people as well. And so it's just a matter of weeding through the weak people that feel intimidated by your strength, and like letting the people that just are like, I want you and I want to be with you. It's like, I feel like you're a very strong personality, and I feel like you need someone too with a strong personality. I do see Romo being someone dominant, but I think that he could let little things get in the way, and he could make like mountains out of molehills, if that's so to speak. He can make things seem like that are really not that big of a deal. He can make it seem like a bigger deal. So I feel like compatibility wise, your guys' personalities go together very well, but I also can see where your impatience would lead you to want to walk away from it, because he like might try to make a bigger deal out of something that really shouldn't be that big of a deal. If you don't have intentions, then good, I'm out. Like, don't get me wrong, being delusional can be good, but to a certain extent, you have to put the tarot cards aside and be rational. For sure. No, I agree. I 100% agree. That's a them problem. That's not a you problem. Yeah, it's just maybe you just have to like weed through the weaker masculines, you know? Just let the people who are strong. But you've also got to know too that there are some strong men out there that are not intimidated very easily and they aren't worth shit. So it might just take a few toads before you find your prince. So what deck did you want? I speak. You don't like this one? This is the one you don't like? So I have my regular rider. What do I have over here? I have wizards. I have chakra. And then I have this one. These are all the ones I've got right here with me right now. I'm working it tonight. You're so funny, Kendra. I just really want you to like find someone who like just doesn't care and who will do anything to like fight to be with you and make their intentions clear, because I know it's what you deserve. I know it's what you're waiting for. You're like, I'm not going to settle, and I get that. But it does make it hard as a reader to like doing readings for you, because I am feeling like I am giving you actual information that I'm like intuiting, you know, like divine messages that I am intuiting for you. Regular rider. But I feel like there's always like this resistance that you have to my readings. So I'm not sure if it's just like you want to pull back, if you want to keep doing them, because I love reading for you. Like, you know how much I love you. But I don't want you to feel like I'm lying to you or giving you false hope or anything like that. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. Not your favorite deck. Let's use regular rider. Yeah, like sometimes, Kendra, it seems like when I'm doing readings for you that you don't like what I have to say or something. Like I'm trying to like put it in so many ways where it's just like I'm giving you like a sweet way to look at it or try to give you advice. And sometimes it feels like you don't like what I have to say. And it bothers me because I'm like, I just am showing you like what I'm seeing, and like, so I'm not sure. Like, it just feels like there's pushback a lot of the times, and it could just be due to your frustration. But for me as the reader, it feels like you're shooting the messenger, and I'm like, I don't know. And I'm trying to say this as nicely as possible because I love you. I'm not trying to be mean, but like that's what I feel like sometimes. Oh my gosh. I left the bathroom open. Gunner. Yeah, I don't want you to be like mad at me or anything. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. I want you to like enjoy your readings with me and feel like you're getting something out of it. You had pizza today? Oh, I don't want your feelings to be hurt. I guess I've just try to make sure that like I'm as objective as I possibly can, and like I don't want you to not enjoy your readings with me. I just try to give the best advice, you know? I try to just tell you what I'm feeling, what I'm sensing. I want people to walk away from this feeling like they were benefited in some way. So maybe just, you know, the the frustration that you were feeling on your end through reading that I was doing or something was making me feel like I wasn't benefiting you. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm totally fine to just like move on from that but I just wanted to like yeah, me too. I wanted to speak my truth and what I was feeling. Okay, so I speak. We're gonna go ahead and work on yours. What is going on with JP? Is he ignoring me intentionally or did something happen to him? I know you're gonna kill me for asking this. Oh my gosh. What's going on with JP? Is he ignoring me intentionally? Okay, Kendra. We'll hopefully talk soon. Okay. What is going on with JP? Is he ignoring I speak intentionally? Is he ignoring I speak intentionally? So I speak. I am getting a no. Let's see. Did anything happen to him? He's not ignoring you intentionally. I didn't realize that that you guys were talking again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a reading for you. Is he... Did something happen to him? Did something happen to him? This is such interesting stuff here. So I speak. I don't know if you're like if because I can't remember the last time that you and I were the sun and then walking away card. I wasn't sure if you guys got back into communication with each other, but what this feels like to me is like a similar cycle to what you guys have already been through, where it's kind of like, um, you know, the world here, it talks about cycles. The wheel does as well, but the wheel isn't here. But it talks about like intense emotions, intense like feelings for each other, maybe even contact in a physically intimate type of way where there is communication going back and forth and things feel really happy and exciting and then like you kind of maybe don't hear from this person and um it just kind of feels like a cycle in some way, this reading. So it doesn't necessarily seem bad, it doesn't seem great. Let me clarify a couple of these cards here. I don't think anything happened to him. Like, if you're wanting to know, like, did something bad happen to him? Okay. I don't think it was anything like that. Why is the lovers here? it's just I can feel how much love you have for this person I speak, and I feel like I feel as though, like, your heart breaks, like, almost every single time this happens, it's, like, more and more disappointment, like, the letdown. Oh, shit, is that a song? I gotta look it up and see if that's a song for you, 'cause I feel like there's a song called The Letdown. The White Tie Affair, I think that they had a song called The Letdown. Okay, so The Letdown by The White Tie Affair, you might wanna listen to that song and see if that resonates for you in some way, but that's what it feels like. Oh, I texted him saying he let me down. Yeah. Or did you use those exact words? That's so crazy. Yeah, so, that's what it's feeling like. It's just like this constant and what's happening here, it seems, is that every single time he, like, breaks your trust more and more and more, and he, like, makes it harder for you to he's actually doing himself a disservice because you're somebody full of love and full of life, and you're able to give that to him, but it's like every single time that he lets you down or disappoints you or walks away or breaks this off, it's like he's disservicing himself from your love, from your ability to give him because you have so much in you to pour out, to give to someone, right? The Ace of Cups. But you block yourself from giving him, you give him less and less and less of yourself each time because you can't trust that there will be consistency here. That's like what's hard about this. And I think that's why the center of the reading here with the world, the cycle of like coming in and going out, coming in, going out, and it's making it difficult. I don't feel like he's necessarily ignoring you intentionally, but I do feel like he's being very thoughtless and like inconsiderate by not responding to you. I just think he's at a maybe, hold on, let me see. Because it's like, it's hard for me to actually say the words to you that he doesn't care about you because I don't think that's true. Um, why isn't he responding to I speak? Temperance. Empress. I feel like he just doesn't want to give you too much. I think that's what it is. He just doesn't want to give too much to this. He doesn't want to, he gets your hopes up, he does. It's just a matter of fact. He gets your hopes up. But I feel like he's in this place where he's like, I don't want to lead her on any more than I am. So it's easier for me to not respond or not be invested. Um, so I don't think it's an actual thought, a conscious thought of his. Do I just not respond to her? Do I respond to her? I think it's more like a thoughtless thing where he's just not he's like, I'll respond when I have time. It's not like I'm intentionally doing this to create this certain result or to make her mad or anything like that. He's not like thinking this through very carefully and playing games. He's just quite frankly just like, I'll get to her when I have a second. Um I'm sorry, I speak. This is just so shitty. I don't want to be giving bad news tonight. So I cut the deck. Oh, it's so crazy because remember earlier I was saying a wheel is also talks about cycles, so that's there. But I cut the deck And we have the King of Pentacles. And if you can see, this person's just sitting on his throne. He's indulging. He's enjoying himself. It's almost like I want my cake and I want to eat it too. So he is like the best of both worlds. He's eating the cake and he has the cake. I feel as though you said, funny that I set my boundaries with him and I've communicated face-to-face what my expectations were on Saturday, and what happens? He never showed up to my house Sunday as planned, and silence. I've done all that I can. Yeah, that's the thing I was going to say. Shit, it was just before I read your message. It was something I was going to say. Maybe you just needed to see it one more time through. Maybe you just needed to see it through again and just see, like, no, this is it, you know? Not even a wake-up call, because I think you've already been very aware, but more just like, let's just see this through one more time and see if he does the same thing. So I feel like there's just only so many opportunities that you're going to be willing to give him from this point on. And you can take peace in knowing that too, that you've done everything you can. You've been very patient. You've done more than what I'm sure a lot of people would do. Freaking heck, my mic muted. But yeah, I was gonna say, it's totally up to you. You can give him as many chances as you want. Let me see. I don't think so, because this is him walking away after the fact. I'm almost reading this right now as like a storybook, like first page, second page, third page, fourth page, or so, you know, that kind of thing. And like it was showing me like a story playing out of like feeling like things are going to be different because you've been like sad and upset, and like spirit saying like, nope, the cycle's starting again. Where it starts anew, where everything feels new and fresh and exciting. We're communicating, you know, overflowing emotions, things like that. We're becoming close physically together. We're intimate. And then there's communication in person. You know, that's what I'm kind of viewing as like, maybe you weren't expecting the communication either. Maybe it kind of came out of the blue and you feel really happy, you feel really good. And then it's like all of a sudden just complete silence. And that's what I'm viewing this as, is more like a past thing that has happened, not something new that has happened. But let's dig into this Eight of Wands a little bit here. Will there be any new communication between them? Please show me a yes or a no. Okay, so I do feel like there would be incoming communication. I can't necessarily sense if it's going to be soon or if you're going to have to wait like a period of time like you have in the past. But there will be new communication from this person. I feel like it's just going to keep getting harder for you. The Five of Wands is here, but I do think that this person's not like completely gone from your energy. The past 8 of Wands, I just wanted clarification on that. And it's like maybe talking and feeling like an emotional surge or like force behind the communication where you're feeling good and you're feeling excited to talk to this person again, and it feels like your heart is lighter, you feel relief because you're, talking to this person again. There could have been actually like a sexual like hint or emphasis on the communication that you had with one another via like virtual communication, calls, texts. Maybe you were talking about maybe hooking up in some way. Earth Angel, I'm sorry. I'm working on my last couple of readings right now. And that made you feel really good with the Queen of Wands. So this does feel like past energy. Do you think I'm in a trauma bond because of the cycle I'm in, or it's just a cycle? I think that you are in a cycle. And I think that at the very least, some type of toxicity has formed that could create trauma for you. I don't think it's anything you won't be able to get through. I think that it might be hard for you if you ever decide to explore a different relationship, because you're going to feel, it's almost like muscle memory. You're going to feel like all these feelings that you feel with JP, you're going to feel with this other person until they prove themselves to be different. And that's what I mean by like the toxicity and the trauma from that. I feel like because you're seeing things for what they are, or you're becoming more aware of this, and I think that slowly but surely you are accepting the situation. I don't feel like you're as trauma bonded as maybe before when your eyes were shut, if that makes sense. I feel like you're learning a lot more and you're becoming more in tune with like what actually is happening here, and I think that that's going to help you. What's messed up is that he told me he was going on a trip to Amsterdam Tuesday and I didn't hear from him. So was he supposed to like message you and let you know that he like made it there safely? Business trip for work. I was supposed to see him Sunday before he left for his trip because he didn't know how long he'd be in the UK. And then he didn't show up, right? Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not sensing anything like something bad happened to him. I also don't necessarily feel like it's untrue that he's in Amsterdam or he's on a business trip. I think that could actually be legitimate as well. But I just don't think that he's necessarily making you the priority. I think a lot of times when it comes to your connection with him, he may try to like test you. He may try to like see like how much he's able to just ignore your demands and expectations and boundaries, and you will still allow him into your experience. I think that he really just kind of pushes it sometimes. I'm sorry you're hurting. It makes me feel for you because I know that you're such a sweet soul. You don't deserve that. Eliana, if you're in here, I found a 6-card relationship reading, and it talks about your readiness for love. It talks about what you want in love, what you've learned from it, what holds you back, the readiness of your heart, the readiness of your mind, and the readiness of your spirit. So if you wanted some insight on that, I found that one. That seems like a really good spread. There's also a self-love spread. Why are you amazing? What is a past accomplishment that you've had? What do you bring to other people? What are your skills and talents? What do you feel? Why do you feel down about yourself? And how should you practice love? So there's a self-love one, and then there's a readiness for love one. So let me know if you want the first one, the readiness for love, or the self-love one. Okay, perfect. Eliana, I got it. Thank you. I do agree with Eliana. Like, I just want you to be happy. Like, I'm tired of you being sad. Like, I'm ready for you to come in here and be like, guess what? I met this guy. He is so hot. Like, he makes me a priority. He follows through with what he says he's gonna do. Like, that's what I want for you. That's what I want for all my girlies in here. Someone who's just assertive, makes their intentions clear, tells you what they're doing, tells you when they say they're gonna do something, they actually do it. Like, that's what I want for you guys. So we're gonna dig into the charms here for you. I speak, and then we are going to move on to Eliana's reading. So clearly the word scattered is incredibly on point, because I feel like you guys have a scattered energy around you where, like, things feel in a way mutable or flexible. Like, nothing really feels settled, like, imagine confetti flowing in the air, and it's like all in the air. Like, it's just nothing settled to the ground yet. It's like everything's just kind of a free-for-all, and like you don't really know what's going to happen. I do sense this irresistible connection. I've got to say, it's not just on your part. He does feel like it's hard to resist you as well, which is why he does make time for you. But that's besides the point. But I do feel like it's something that you need to know. We have the word trouble here. We have the word should. We have the word fleeting. So this is making me feel like maybe things woulda, coulda, shoulda, things not working out the way you would have liked, maybe things not lasting as long as you would want it to. This is big emotions. I feel like you're constantly like giving him the things that he wants, and you're not getting too much in return. And that can make things very hard when you feel, and it make you feel depleted when you feel like you're putting more effort into something, and you're being kind to someone else, and you're putting a lot of focus on them, and you're not getting much in return. It lowers your self-esteem. Like, I don't want anyone else to lower your self-esteem. No, seriously, she cooks. She's like always on. Are you kidding me? Always like, look, I wish I wasn't the only one in my household that could cook. I love cooking, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just want someone to make me a meal, you know? I asked my fiance if there was anything that if I said I needed him to make me dinner, what it would always be like takeout. It would always be carry out. He's like a bowl of cereal, a can of soup. He never really grew up like cooking or anything. It just makes me laugh. But you know, everyone has their strengths, right? He's a great provider, so I can't really complain. Okay, so it feels like with the spider web, you are quite literally caught in this person's web. Ignore my voice. So this could just talk about feeling trapped and feeling like if you're in a situation that you don't really know how to get out of. Ooh, talking to a Gemini. Well, I'm partial to gems. I haven't had my best luck with Gemini men, but that could just be the other placements in their chart too. We have between your connection, charming and passionate between you and Scorpio, or between Libra and Scorpio. I'm sorry, Libra and Scorpio energy between you and JP, and I think that could play into why it's so difficult to get out of this, because if the sex is good and if there's that passion and there's like that raw like sensuality and that charm, it's difficult to get out of that cycle. You guys are very much attracted to each other, and also your pheromones are compatible as well. Definitely sexual in nature with this little guy here. A lot of people view this as like faith, Christianity, this little fish, but actually it's represents female genitalia, and then the Christians took it over or some shit like that. That symbol. Yeah. It's because it's good. Because he wants it. He likes it. It's delicious. There's a bite taken out of this watermelon, okay? It's juicy. But maybe he's just the type of hit it and quit it and then come back later kind of person. I feel like your connection could be impure as well. We have the black diamond. This does talk a lot about shadow work as well as impurity. It could also talk to toxicity or the need to do more work here. The snowflake also represents a fleeting moment because it melts fast. It's rare, it's unique, it's something you feel like you're not going to experience again, but it's not something that lasts. Let me see if I can zoom in really quickly so you can see the charms. So that's what I've got. It's like not that easy to control this thing. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Because it was too good. All right. Thank you so much for your donation, I speak. It just feels like a very rare, passionate thing that maybe it's just like enjoy it while you have it. But it's just not something that might go the distance. I am glad that you're getting yourself out there though and talking to other people. I would, if I were you, but I had my perspective, I would just walk away, personally. I wouldn't entertain it. I wouldn't focus on it. I put my energy on these other people I'm talking to. And I would say, you know what? The sex was bomb AF. And I enjoyed my time with this person, and it was all encompassing and all consuming and lustful and sensual and sexual and, amazing. But I do need to move on from this if I want something more fulfilling. So if I were you, that's what I would do, because I know in your heart that's what you want. Yeah, you want mind-blowing sex, of course. Who doesn't? But you also want security, stability, consistency. And it doesn't seem by the experience that you've had that it's going to happen with him. Okay, so Eliana, let me know which deck you want. These are the decks I have accessible to me right now as far as tarot. And then I also have this one here. So you can let me know the color or the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do the readiness for love. Eliana, you're always so supportive too in the chat. You're so sweet. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. I love how much light and love you give to people when they're going through a hard time. You say such nice things. I hate waiting for a phone call. It gives me anxiety. Yeah. And it's like, you probably knew that night that you weren't going to hear from this person. You had hope that it was going to happen, but you probably, just your whole intuition, your gut, everything was telling you to not hold your breath. And that's the sad part, is that this person's let you down so many times that you just can't, you don't even have hope anymore. Hey, Shanae. I would love to be able to say yes, but I've actually closed my list. You guys are awesome for being here, trying to come in and get. I just gotta get to bed. I gotta get up really early in the morning. Shanae, but I will be back tomorrow night. If you're around and you want a reading from me, you definitely can. I'm happy to do another one of these types of readings tomorrow evening. But yeah, my donation list is closed for the night. I'm sorry. Because you've been through similar things, and grateful you've taken the situation with Jay so well, but after so many disappointments, you've had to walk away. I know it's hard. But the great thing is, here's the thing. This is the bright side of your situation. The second you decide to walk away and you really mean it, and you're like, you know what, it's done. It's done. You will never, ever, 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 ever allow yourself to be put into this place again. And that's beautiful. That's something to pat yourself on the back for, because this person, whatever hold this person has on you, as soon as he doesn't have it anymore, you now have that experience in your pocket, and you will never allow someone to treat you that way again. And so to know that from here on out, you're accepting no less than the high standard that you have set for yourself, you know that you won't ever have to experience these feelings again. And then later on, you're going to wonder why you even allowed it in the first place. And I think that is truly the silver lining. Okay, so this is for Eliana. We're just going to put this on the screen for you, so that way if you want to come back to it, you can find your reading. Okay, so cut the deck. Shuffle one more time. Readiness for love, Eliana. Readiness for love, Eliana. Okay, so number 1. Ooh. Oh, okay. At first I was confused. Now I get it. Okay. So we have number 1, what do you want in love? We have number 2, what have you learned from love? We have number 3, what holds you back? We have number 4, the readiness of your heart. Number 5, the readiness of your mind. And the readiness of your spirit. What do you want in love? Right. Okay, so this is cracking me up. Now, there's a couple of things here which is making me laugh so hard is because you have the 5 of wands. So that's something to kind of like look a little bit deeper into, be like, we're making our intentions clear. We know what it is that we want. But the thing is that I view this particular one in this deck as a playful energy. To me, it looks like a bunch of kids playing with sticks. Like literally, I'm looking at this card, like literally, because a lot of them have smiles on their faces. Like this guy right here, he's like kind of smiling, and he's like, kind of like that kind of thing. But it's also letting me know too that maybe you want a youthfulness, maybe you want a playfulness in your love, okay? And maybe you don't want, my opinion, like a struggle. You don't want conflict, you don't want competition, you know what I mean? And so it's showing what you want, in my personal opinion, what you don't want as well. But I also feel like too, in other cards, I view the 5 of wands because they use the wands to kind of stack them up. So you want in love to learn from the lessons that you have and bring that into a future relationship. And instead of using the wands to combat, to fight, to argue, you're using them to build yourself a platform to level up, to kind of like, they're kind of like used as like branches to kind of help you climb to the next stage in your relationship because you're tired of the struggle. um what deck is it? I think it's the Light Seers deck that's depicting what I'm talking about. Let me grab that real quick so you can see what I mean, because it's a very beautiful card, because instead of using the wands to kind of fight, they're using the wands to climb, which symbolizes to me, the wands, all of the different lessons that you've learned through all of your relationships. You take that with you, so that way you know how you want to move forward. They're using it to stack, to keep climbing higher. You know what I mean? They're using them almost like branches to get through. They're using them as ways to stabilize themselves so they can keep seeking higher and higher and higher. And so the 5 of wands, even though it can talk about struggle and conflict and competition, a lot of times it can talk about playful energy, or it can take about using that past hurt and pain that you have and climbing, using it to kind of jump off of, right? To stabilize yourself, to kind of allow yourself to grow and conquer and use them as stepping stones, I guess. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. So what have you learned from love? Specifically, you've learned how to guard yourself, how to be more reserved, how to be more careful and more thoughtful about the decisions and the people that you decide to entertain or allow into your life or allow to get close to you. I do feel like you've learned to keep yourself a little bit at a distance until you learn that you can trust. And let me see if I'm getting anything else. Sometimes it takes me a second to stare at the card. And you have learned that you want long-term security. And I feel like you've learned that it's important to follow that in which you desire. So the next thing is what holds you back? What holds you back from love? We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant talks about you want someone. I'm trying to figure out a way to like word this in a way in which it holds you back. You're being held back until you find specifically what you aligns with you. So I think that that's probably why when we go into these cards, this card's going to make a lot more sense, because I think that on a piece of paper, you ideally know what it is that you want. But what's holding you back is until you figure yourself out, until you figure out that self-discovery and you say, okay, these are my morals, these are my values, this is what I want for my life, this is my long-term plan. Thank you. It was like driving me nuts. Until you figure that out about yourself, that's holding you back from the next step and the next phase in a relationship, because it's all good and dandy to say I want a man who knows what he wants, who's a good provider, who works, who has a car, who's tall, who's handsome, who's all these different things you can list off. That's easy, that's the easy stuff. But what's holding you back is until you get to know yourself and you figure yourself out and you know what you want and what's you're not going to settle for, and who you are and what your beliefs are. Are you religious? Are you spiritual? What type of partner do you want? What type of father for your children? If you want kids, would you want? Because what type of mother are you going to be, or what type of wife are you going to be? What career do I want? Like all these different things is like you almost aren't going to find your person until you can get to really know yourself first. And then at that point, I feel like you won't feel held back anymore. But I feel like that's kind of what you're going through right now, is just this self-discovery mode, it seems. The readiness of your heart's not ready, girl. Your heart is just not ready. The devil is here, which can talk about the things that are holding you back, which is interesting because it's coming just after the actual question, what's holding you back? The devil can just talk about the things that you feel like you haven't healed from, the things that you haven't learned from yet. Maybe you are over this person too. The person you used to ask about that you've moved on from, but you still have to heal from that person. And the devil talks about things that are the things that are stopping you from being able to move forward for a better life. You have to heal these things first. So that's the readiness of your heart. It just doesn't feel like you're quite there yet. I think that you would be open to entertaining and exploring and having fun, but I just don't think your heart is ready to kind of put its all into someone else just yet. The readiness of your mind, you're definitely more ready in your mind than you are in your heart. Your King of Wands here. And this talks about feeling confident. I feel like you're like, I'm a bad bitch. Like, I'm going to get what I want. Like, you're this type of person that like knows who you are in the sense of your value. Maybe not exactly fully who you are, but you know what you're worth. And so I think that when it comes to your mind, you may feel more ready up here than you are in your heart, truthfully, because you're understanding what is okay behavior, what is not okay behavior. You've been able to rationalize and compartmentalize. And I think that that might make you feel a bit more ready. But what I mean by your mind being ready before your heart is if you put yourself out there, you go on a date, you kind of like this person, but you're not really like, you're gonna see, like, if you go on these dates, right, you're gonna be like, okay, shit, I'm not ready. Like, I thought that I was ready, thought, mind, but I'm really not. Like, you're not ready to invest just yet. And you're not ready to put yourself out there just yet. I feel like it's more like, let's have fun. That's one of my affirmations when I'm feeling ratchet. I'm that bitch and I always get what I want. Exactly. I love that affirmation. And then the readiness of your spirit. The readiness of your spirit tells me that you are ready as well. So maybe we just need to get your heart healed The Queen of Cups here, emotional, empathetic, loving, generous, caring, supportive, nurturing. You were meant to have a good relationship here in your human experience. You are meant to be with someone who cares about you, who loves you, who wants to invest in you. Your spirit knows this, and your spirit's at peace with waiting for everything else to come together. That was a really good spread. Good. I'm glad you liked it. I don't really do spreads that like I usually do that freestyle thing that I always do. But I was like, you know what? I want to switch it up. I want to try something new. And two people got the 9-card spread for the person that they actually were thinking of, and they really liked it too. So I think it might be something that I do. I'm always trying to switch it up here on this channel. Always trying to do different things. I'm actually planning on going live on TikTok at some point soon too, and seeing what that whole world is like. I might get intimidated and want to just come back to YouTube, good old reliable YouTube. But I just feel like I'm constantly trying to switch it up for you guys, for myself, so that things aren't getting like boring. But thank you for the feedback. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Perfect. Okay, so Eliana, thank you so much for your donation. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here for the night. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and it was good seeing you too, Eliana. I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you. I speak if you're still in here. Good night. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and everybody else who's hanging out. I'm not sure who it is, but thank you for being here. Usually Vita stays till the end, so if she's here, goodbye, good night. You too, Eliana. We'll talk later.